Hey everybody, and welcome to a spooky episode of Chris's Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts for Halloween weekend. Yay! Hope all you guys are going to be trick-or-treating out there and having a good time, getting all kinds of cool, fun treats. This morning for breakfast, I made myself a little something special. It's yogurt that's supposed to kind of look like an eyeball. The honey was supposed to make it look glossy, but I put too much of it in there. And that's a little bit of Nutella, and then there's some jam to make the eyes look red. So it was a fun little thing. Give it a try. If you've never had Nutella and yogurt, you're missing out on the world, I'll tell you that much. The yogurt is also homemade, something I recommend doing if you can. Allison has become a pro. So why don't we start talking about the news? So the news, basically what's been going on, Halloween stuff. Of course, we've been posting all kinds of articles, and we're going to be posting a bunch more until Halloween. So, keep an eye out for that. It's all kinds of fun stuff. That's the nice thing about Halloween articles, is they tend to be really fun and kind of out there and cool. One of the things I noticed is candy corn has sort of made a bit of a comeback. It's sort of like candy corn in the last few years has been the official hated candy of Halloween. Like everybody hated, except for those they call them Halloween Kisses, those molasses things. People really hate those. But candy corn sort of came in a second as far as like the most hated of candies. And there seems to be this sort of trend of trying to make candy corns good again. I've seen a few articles about what to eat with candy corns, where to get the best candy corns, and there's even a brewery that's making candy corn beer. So it's like, it seems to be this idea that, making candy corn good. Like, is candy corn good? Is candy corn bad? I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't dislike it by any means. I never thought of it as being like the worst thing ever. Those molasses things I hated because I chipped a tooth on one once, and generally they just don't taste good. But yeah, I guess it's this whole idea of like, candy corn, is it a candy corn renaissance or a candy corn defense? I don't know. Let's talk about what's going on the site. We're doing a whole bunch of updates on the site. Of course, we're going to be posting stuff. Those on Patreon, if you go to patreon.com/candycritic and you follow us there, you'll be able to check out some of the stuff. We're also going to give our patrons a preview of the site that we're working on the new one. We sort of have it posted in a secret location, and so some of the patrons we're going to ask our patrons to play test it for us. So keep an eye on that. We're keeping busy with that and all that. We're also going to be doing a lot of travel, so that's going to slow us down a little bit, but hopefully we'll be able to get back on that. We'll talk a little bit more about the travel later. Also, what we're working on, we're going to be doing a Christmas shirt. I'm going to be designing that this week, and we're going to be posting a whole bunch of I'll post some sketches and works in progress on this Christmas shirt. I got 2 ideas that I'm working out. I might put out both ideas. I might just put out one and the other one later on in the year, because the other one isn't as much Christmas as much as just kind of a cool winter shirt idea. So there'll be shirts coming out. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of new merchandise. We're going to do just t-shirts, but if you guys have any ideas on other things that we can do for merchandise, like phone cases or anything like that, let us know. Social media wise, I mentioned earlier, we're going to be traveling. We're actually going to be traveling very soon, and one of the places we're going to Japan, which is like one of the candy meccas of the world. I sort of thought about that recently. I sort of thought, Japan really is like a really hardcore good candy place to visit. So we're going to be visiting Japan. We're going to get a whole bunch of snacks. While we're traveling, we're going to try and keep our episodes of the Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts and try and keep up to date with that kind of stuff. But I think what we're going to do is when we travel, we're going to try this experiment for the next little while, is just to have videos sort of like where we're at, what we're doing at that particular time. So we're going to try and post them on the blog. The problem with the blog is while I'm abroad, I don't bring my laptop with me, and so embedding them is kind of hard. So we're going to have just sort of posts with links to the newest video. If you want to save all your trouble with that, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/candycritic, and you can just follow us and keep up with it. You can also find links to all of our other social media on our website, candycritic.org. We'll post photos for sure, but I want to try and post the occasional video while we're abroad to sort of talk about maybe something that we're doing right at that particular moment. Could be short videos, could be longer videos, could have other people in it. I don't really know. We haven't really figured that out yet. But I think just sort of a video diaries of some of our trips along with the photos, so to sort of enhance all the photos and stuff, which we will be posting. If you follow us at CandyCritic on Twitter, or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of us other social media. We'll post links to the videos on our YouTube page as well and on our Facebook, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. But we just have a whole bunch of stuff sort of worked out, and we're really sort of working on that. Make sure to follow us, and as always, if you follow us on Patreon, that's a really cool thing. It really helps us out a lot. every dollar counts. You get discounts for t-shirts. You can possibly you get advanced videos. You get to see all these videos ahead of time. You also get a Friday video that's exclusive, and we might post some exclusive travel stuff while we're there. And occasionally, depending on what level of patron you are, you can actually sometimes get treats from our trips. So we actually pick up treats for our patrons if you're, depending on which bracket you're in our Patreon. So definitely we appreciate all that help. We love our patrons, and they're great people, and we're hoping that maybe you can become one of them too. So thanks for watching another episode of Spooky. Well, it's kind of hard to be spooky in a goofy costume, but our spooky episode and Halloween episode of Chris's Monday Morning Breakfast Thoughts. So have a good Halloween, and we'll see you next time, which might be when we're traveling. Bye. Ooh.